I got a little coach's downtime here at Adapt Gym. My name is Jonas.
My name is Scooby.
And those of you that see us every day didn't need the introduction, but we're getting some questions on Instagram, and we thought during our coach's downtime that we could answer some of them. And I guess we're going to roll. Paula's going to fire off some questions. Give me the first thing that comes in.
First question is actually from Janelle Loves Puppies 23. Hi Janelle, thank you for your question.
The dog person.
And her question is,
it's a dog-friendly gym. Let's go.
So she said, I've been working out for a little bit and my coach has me training till failure for every session. What are your thoughts on that? Should I keep training till failure?
Should she train till failure?
Yes.
That is a multi-level question. There are times where, well, first of all, I'm going to say no. You should not be training the muscle till absolute failure. But the term failure, I think, it's a little bit deeper into that. Training till actual muscle failure, you would have to be going for a very, very long time. I think it's mental. So the answer is no, but with a but. Training till failure is more mental. So if I do what's called a drop set, I think what she might be referring to. Or
I think she mentioned that her coach has her training to failure every single day or every single session, and so I think that but that you're mentioning is there's different levels of failure. So we're talking about failure in repetitions or failure in intensity as load. Failure. What failure are we talking about here?
Let's get a model for her. What situation are we going to put her
in? Well, you asked me that question 3-4 years ago, and I'd probably be like, "Yeah, go to a failure." But moving forward now, it's a different mindset. It's a different approach. Now,
how would you do the failure thing if it was 3 years?
Well, it depends on what's your objective. What is the objective? What's her objective? What is it? Is it to get to what? It's a failure. Okay, you know what? I'll give you a big scenario. I'll give you one scenario. Let's say I have 10 pull-ups. And every week I'm going to do 10 pull-ups because I am afraid that if I don't do 10 pull-ups every week, I might go down to 9 pull-ups every week. So that's my objective to try to get to that 10, 12, 51, whatever that number is. That'll be my failure because I don't want to lose that repetition. I don't want to lose it. I don't want to lose that number. I guess that would be one approach to failure in that aspect, but there's different types of failures, depending on your approach.
That scenario could be if you finish those 4 sets and the guy's like, okay, now get up there and do as many as you can. Is that what she might be talking about? Like, maybe, hey, okay, see how many you can do up here, but I don't even know that because I've had workouts where I've had people do, like, I'll take push-ups for example, or pull-ups, both movements where if you do too many too early in your session, like they're done, they're gone.
Yeah, and notice how we're talking about, like, this is like we're talking about body weight right now.
Yeah,
that's what I'm assuming, right? It's key to our failures. But I think if we are doing to like high reps or failure, I'm always thinking first thing is body weight.
That's why it's like a simple question, but it's like it's not really a simple answer.
Okay, push-ups. I want to see how many push-ups I can get till failure. But I'm not going to use the same dumbbells week in and week out till failure. Till like, I got one more extra. Now do I go up and load because I got 20 pounds 21 times?
Right.
Or you can go all over the place with that failure.
I think it's more of a mental stroke for that person's. What was the person's the Instagram, the dog lover?
Janelle Loves Puppies.
Janelle, I think it's more of a mental thing that your trainer is doing. I think it's more of a, you know what, let's go ahead and do as many as we can. Maybe he's dropping the weight down. I doubt, I'm going to assume the guy's working with half a brain and he's not having her do any kind of barbell compound movement.
So I think I mentioned this in a blog a while back was you're not the same person last week that you are this week. So your failure last week is a different failure this week.
Right.
Your sleep habits are off. You didn't sleep right. Cortisol levels are off. Food, whatever it might be, your failure might be different. What is their approach that you're trying to get to failure every week, and then you're going to be psychologically fucked up because you'll be like, oh man, I didn't get that 20 this week.
Right.
What happened? So now we can go back and talk about, okay, no, we're going to work on a rate of perceived exertion, RPE, where that day failure for you is a 7 in a scale on a scale between 1 and 10. Are we using a 7 failure? You can go all over the place. I personally don't do failure anymore.
Yeah.
I find that thing just go downhill from there. Depending on your objective, again, like if I'm teaching someone a corrective exercise, I'm not going to go to failure there. I'm definitely not going to go to failure.
I have seen this. I have seen the bench press failure reps where a trainer will be working with. And certainly in my history of training, I've definitely had someone do this before. This is what I've noticed is when I'm doing something with like bench press, and I'm like, we're doing some sets, maybe sets of 5 or 10, and then at the last set, just so I'm getting the guy in the mental, you could feel like he, got some sort of a sense of accomplishment if he didn't already get that in the whole session. I take some weight off. I go, okay, now you're gonna go for failure, and then when it's tough, I'm gonna spot you a little bit. I've noticed that as soon as he's getting tired, as soon as I touch the bar, he's done. Whereas I do the same thing the following week, I don't touch the bar, and he does 3 more reps. So did he fail because I touched the bar? Or did he fail because his muscles actually go into failure? Or was it way before failure anyway? Like, I've never really seen anybody go till complete muscle failure. So I'm going to say it's just a gimmick kind of mental marketing language of should you go to failure? Because like you said, there's supersets, there's other things. So we're just going to, for the rest of the conversation, we're going to take it the only way we would administer something that would take somebody to the peak point,
right.
Or if you're trying to, where would that be? It definitely would be body weight. It wouldn't be.
It would be body weight. It would
100%
definitely be,
right.
Yeah, it would.
And
For
even
me,
at
in
that
my
point-
mindset, it would be all right. We're gonna crank out as many push-ups as we can.
Right, and notice push-ups. It's like it's not as many moving parts as say a deep lunge or even a squat, or something that has a bunch of moving parts. A push-up is like it's pretty straightforward.
Pretty isolated. Also,
you keep going until you eat floor, and then you're done. So I mean that might be longer of an answer than she wanted. I mean I hope that that's. So the answer is no. You should not be training in week out.
Yeah, and what's her age too? That'll be, and for me now that there's another thing that's bringing up.
Paul, we have an age on
tickling my brain. Like
pull up, Paula. Pull up.
Let's go creep on
Google,
this person real quick.
Hold on. Google like failure. See what the first things that come up this time. Failure reps, and see what the first couple of things that pop up. This is like where we can get like a commercial sponsors in here. They're like this.
Yes.
Like right
Today
across
we are sponsored by Audible.
Feed that thing up. What do we got on there? What does it say? Failure reps, even if you YouTube it. What does it say? What exercises are popping up?
I mean, I see like a leg press, overhead press, deadlift, upward
Oh,
row,
Jesus.
push up, bench
That's
press.
the thing.
Okay.
So now, that sounds like they're testing. That sounds like tall test. That's all a
But
test.
it's not like an exercise they're doing.
It's a test.
I definitely-
They're all
Right.
assessments or they're all tests. It sounds like right now what you just read, they're all tests. Because I'm pushing overhead press at 100 pounds.
Like a combine
and then,
test?
yeah, like, okay, that's going to be my test. Boom, exactly.
Yeah.
Like your 225 is how many times? Till failure. Now it's trickling where, okay,
But
now I
that's
give
not
it a
sports.
test.
Now you're getting into the requirements of sport. Now you're getting into the requirements of bench.
Well, I don't
press.
know what Julie Puppy 92 is,
Right.
whatever her name is.
I'm figuring she's just like gym body, hot mom 5 or something like that. I don't know if she's doing any combine testing.
I think what you're getting at is that whatever it is, whatever training that you're doing, there needs to be a purpose behind it. There's no reason to train till failure.
Well, that's one of the quotes that I got from someone in the internets is I think it's Nadi Aguilar is you should train with intention, not habitually.
I like
train
that.
intent,
With purpose.
train with purpose, not habitually. So habitually is we're gonna do 8 to 12 because that's hypertrophy. That creates muscle trauma and all that good stuff. So that's habitually. But the 8 to 12 is different from person to person. But intent. What is your intent? You want to get big size? Do you want to be stronger without getting size? Totally doable. How does that work? You have to train with intention. But what is your objective?
Yeah.
Plain and simple. What is your objective?
So that's our question back to her is what would be your objective?
What is the intent?
I think that's I think that the best answer is what is don't train to failure, and then everything that we were just talking about is going to be the extended version of why not, and all the other areas that we think you should be focusing on. But it's really tough these days to answer that question with one sentence, because especially now we're almost in 2020 and we have so many years of data coming back and extended study and field tests on this stuff
And biased stuff.
30
So biased.
Yeah,
Arbitrary.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. The data is off. I think a lot of the data is off.
Don't train till failure. You want to fail something, go back to get your extended education. Fail a test. Again, come visit us back on the channel. We hope to see you in the gym. Stay healthy, friends.
This is Jonas
And George.
Scooby from Adapt signing off.